Hey, 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 good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing today? Hope you're good, hope you're well, hope you're ready for another stream. How's everybody doing? We've got a good show today. We're going to be bringing on, in about 25 minutes, the one, the only, the top 50 player in the world. It's Coach Cody. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good morning. How you doing today? Hope you're good, hope you're well. Let's go over here, shall we? How is everybody doing? Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Good afternoon, good evening. If you're over in the Philippines, I hope you are good, hope you are well. Welcome to all of our new scholars. So if you were in a Discord yesterday, you would have seen we set up 15 new scholars yesterday. We had 15 new sponsors come on board yesterday. And we have the process now where it is much smoother, much faster. And by the end of this week, I think we'll be at a point where we're ready to scale. So we are only within our second month of being live. Show me any business, show me any model, show me anything in the world that can be profitable by month 2. I mean, we were profitable in month 1, to be fair, but to break even and to be profitable by month 2, show me anything. Show me anything. I just don't know anything out there. So this is an incredible, incredible business that I'm so humbled to be part of. And I say that because there's some stuff going on in the world at the moment. There's some stuff that's happening. And before we bring Coach Cody in, I just want to quickly talk about this, because I think it's very, very important that we have an understanding of what's going on in the world. From the sense of, look, we all want to learn how to play Axie. We want to be better at Axie. You probably want to see me play some Axie, although I can't do that at the moment, simply just because I don't have any Axie. I've given them all to my scholars. But what I want to do is I want to take a few moments and just talk about what's going on in the world so that you have an awareness. And don't worry, we're not going to talk about politics, religion, or anything like that. But what we are going to mention is the global economy, because I think that that's important. If you're involved in crypto, whether it's playing a game, whether it's investing, whether you're trying to build wealth for yourself, whatever country you're in around the world, you have to understand what is going on with the global economy. And the reason that is so important is because it can have an impact. What happens around the world could impact what happens in your life. And specifically what I'm talking about at the moment is what's happened over in China. So over in China at the moment, if you're not aware, there is a company.
Happy Wednesday,
hey, Genesee, by the way, thank you ever so much for the 15 stars. Thank you. There's a company over in China at the moment called, if you haven't seen this, let's just bring up the screen so we can talk about this. There's a few things I'm going to go through this morning. Okay, so at the moment, it is in the news. It's called Evergrande. So I don't know if you've heard about this, but let's just swap this screen over so you can see. Okay, it really helps if we're going to share a screen that I share the right screen. So let me just swap the screen over. Bear with me a second while I do this. And the reason I want to share this, here we go. The reason I want to share this with you is because it's all over the news at the moment. Now, there's some talk about what's going to happen. And there's some really good articles about this if you wanted to learn more about it. In fact, Sehel Bloom did a really good article on this where you can go down and there's a breakdown. If you read this, it's broken down into many parts. So just to recap ever so quickly, we're not going to spend a lot of time on this, but I want you to understand a knock-on effect this is going to have globally. So the Evergrande Group, Fortune 500 real estate developer with its headquarters in China. Okay, big business, had sales of 100 billion and adjusted core profits of 5 billion. Okay, the website states it has over 1,300 projects across 280 cities. Okay, It also pushed boundaries, making investments in EVs, electric vehicles, internet, media production companies, theme parks, soccer clubs, and mineral water company. Okay, they are a greedy, expanding company that is leveraging a lot of debt to the point the debt load of over 100 billion and over 300 billion in liabilities. What does this mean, and why do we care, and why are we even talking about this? Well, the reason we're talking about this is because last week, if you were aware on social media, they announced for the first time that they would not be able to make their loan repayments. So, not being able to make their loan repayments, and I can't remember the exact number, I think it was on here somewhere. There's over $7.4 billion worth of bond payments due next year. $7.4 billion. And they've just announced that they can't afford to make their payments. So whatever's due this year plus next year, you're talking about billions and billions of dollars potentially being, lost because it can't be paid. So where does that come from? Like, how do you acquire? What do you do? So right now, from Fortune 500 to 1.95 trillion in debt. How did China's number 2 real estate giant get to this point? You see, there's all of this stuff. Share prices, everything's been taking a hit. So why is this important globally? Why do we care? Well, the reason is because what happens here, and let me just open the chat up. What happens here is that when you put money into a bank account, right? Let's just talk about this first. And there's a lot of people that don't have a bank account, and I appreciate that. But what happens is when you put money into a bank account, that money does not stay in the bank account. Okay, it's very, very important you understand this. The banks sell your money or loan your money out to other banks. So if you have a bank and you put, let's say, $1,000 into your bank account, legally, depending on the country, but legally, in most cases, the bank only has to keep 10% of that in the account. So if you put $1,000 into a bank account, the bank only has to keep $100. And they loan out the other $900 with interest to other banks. Now, what happens when a bank takes that loan? They get $900. They only have to keep 10% of it, so they only have to keep $9. So then they're able to loan out $81 at interest. Then the next bank and the next bank and so on and so forth. Now imagine this happening to everyone around the world. It creates this incredible leveraged stack of dominoes. And if one person doesn't pay back their loan, it has a knock-on effect to everyone else. So with a company like this owing so much money to banks and not being able to make its repayments, the banks are going to be struggling, going, well, where do we get our money from? So they're going to be panicking about this. There's even rumors at the moment that a high street bank, a well-known high street bank, may possibly collapse as a result of this. Someone may end up being when there's a problem, like a public disaster, and it's normally caused by a company or the government or an entity, and someone gets sacked, there has to be a scapegoat, right? There has to be someone to take the blame, that everyone can focus their anger, everyone can focus their attention. There has to be someone that takes the rap for a problem. So who takes the rap for this problem? There will be some collateral damage. And so the reason I share that is because what was announced this morning, just recently, is that China, I believe, are going to, and I don't know what it is, but I believe that China are going to put in some form of a stimulus. But we don't know what that's going to be. I don't know. So China injects 18.6 billion into the banking system during the Evergrande crisis. So, yeah, we need to look into this a bit more to have a bit more of an understanding. But what's important here is that this could have a knock-on effect to accounts. If this has a knock-on effect to bank accounts, then you could see a lot of people liquidating, a lot of problems. We've also seen on the stock market recently a breaking trend. We've had this very bullish upward trend in the stock market that started to break recently, and so now we're in this position where what's happening is all of these little cracks are starting to appear in the global economy. And so people are thinking, well, where do I put my money? And as a result of that, people are pulling money out of the stock market, money out of Forex exchanges. They're pulling money out of crypto as well. And we can see that right now. If I just pop across, let me just share my screen again. Just wait for this to load up. So let's have a look at the stock market, not the stock market, the crypto market very, very quickly. So one of the things that we can check is market cap. So if we have a look at market cap, so this is BTC dominance. Let's have a look at total crypto market cap, okay? And this is, let's have a look at total one actually. Hold on, total one. Crypto total market cap, there we go. So right now, the current market cap in crypto is $1.89 trillion. That is how much money is in the crypto market. And let's go back to the daily, shall we? It's going to give us a better view. All right, let me just get rid of this. So let's have a look at what's happened here. So we can see this year, 2021, there was an incredible influx from, let's just go from the 1st of January where it was sitting at, so this year, 1st of January, sitting at 750 billion. We had a rise up to 2.4 trillion, a 200% increase in the entire market cap. Okay, then we had a correction. Remember we had the correction in May where everything kind of corrected to 50% and everyone was like, oh my God, this is terrible, this is terrible, this is so bad. Oh my God, the crypto market's crashing, it's crashing. But even though it crashed and we had a 50%, what was it? Was it about a 50% correction thereabouts? Let's have a look. So from its peak, about a 50% correction. So even though we had a 50% correction, when we look at this year and we take into if we take into account beginning of this year, we were still 60% up. We were still 60% up even in this crash.
Rania Lilligan sent 30 stars.
So people that look at this and go, oh my God, we're crashing, it's all bad, it's all bad, it's all bad. If you zoom out and see a bigger picture, the bigger picture, it was still very good. Like, you have to look like we pumped, we had a dump, we're pumping again. We're having a dump. We're having a bit of a dump at the moment. There's some news. But we are still, right now, in the crypto market, today, we are still 155% up on the year. 155% up on the year. We have $1.89 trillion in the market cap. So what happens? People start pulling money out. They pull money out of the stock market. They pull money out of the other markets. And then what are people going to start to do? They're going to start to look at places where they can store their wealth. So where do you store your wealth? Fine art, collectibles. Some people put it into coins. Some people put it into Pokemon cards. Some people put it into property. People put it into things that are valuable. Some people put it into business. People are starting to put money into crypto. Okay, now the general public understand that crypto is a viable investment opportunity. And because it's not being governed yet and it's not being slammed with, all of the, let's just say, governance that will be coming, at the moment, there's still good interest rates to be made. So we're under $2 trillion market cap and people are starting to invest. So what's happening right now? We're seeing a bit of a dip. We're seeing a bit of a dip. But overall, when you zoom out and look at the bigger picture, we're still up. Well, why am I sharing this with you? Well, look at Ether. Ether's taken a dip because everything has, if the market cap gets affected, Bitcoin gets affected. So let's look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin was up, down. Okay, it's had a slight correction. Last night, it dropped to under $40,000 and people started to lose their shit. They're like, oh my God, Bitcoin's crashing. It's back up again now. People bought the dip. What you have to imagine is that, and let's go across to something like Ether. I think Ether's a good example. In fact, ADA's probably a good example. Now we'll go to Ether. So what happens here, right? Let's go down to the 1 hour. And probably, yeah, let's look at this 1 hour chart. Perfect. So what happens here normally is markets will be going sideways. They'll be doing their thing. And brokers want to buy, okay, they want to buy Ether. But they know that if they start buying, they're going to drive the price up. So what brokers don't want to do is drive the price up. Brokers want to buy cheaper. So how does a broker buy cheaper? Well, the first thing they do is they understand that traders will be looking at the market and say, okay, I want the market to go up. I'm going to set a stop loss here and a take profit here. So what a stop loss means is that if it drops below this price, cancel the trade. We lose, but we don't lose as much as if it goes down too much. If it goes up, we take profit. And there's loads of free YouTube courses and there's loads of free information teaching you this. But here's the problem. The traders and the bankers and the HFTs, which stands for high frequency trading, the computer algorithms, they know what all of the free content teaches you. So if you go to YouTube or if you go to Google to learn about trading, they're going to say to you, hey, look, the market's doing this. This is what's happening. You should put your stop loss right here. This is a safe place to put your stop loss. And you should put your take profit right here because this is a good place to put your take profit. And so what happens? Well, these traders, they know that. And they've got big money. Big money. So what do? Well, let's just have a look and see exactly what did happen. So you've got your stop loss in the market here, and you've got your take profit here. This is just an example, by the way. Well, the traders come along and say, right, well, we want to push the market up. But first of all, we want to cancel everybody that's in a trade. So what do? They sell off. They do a mass sell. Mass sell. And they cause all of this panic selling and all of this panic fear. And people go, oh my God, the market's crashing. Stop losses get kicked in. Everybody loses their positions. And then normally what happens is the traders then buy everything back and it pumps up and the market goes up. And then when the market's up here, everyone who got stopped out goes, oh, we need to buy in. Let's buy in again. We buy in up here. Okay, so we've just bought back in. And then guess what happens? They dump the market again. And that's what happens. And the people that get wrecked over and over again are normally retail buyers, general public, people that don't know, people that are learning free trading off of YouTube, people that are scared, people that have got paper hands, people who don't understand what's going on. So how do you avoid this? Well, there's two ways to do it. One, copy what the traders do what they do, expect this to happen, wait for it, buy in here, and then just hold. So you want to get in as cheap as you can. Now, you don't want to get in at the bottom. It's not possible. But if you see something like this happening, you think, wow, this is a good buying opportunity. So then the first thing you need to do is zoom out. You can't be looking at these 15-minute graphs. They're too volatile. Okay, the shorter the time frame, the more volatility that you have. As you start to zoom out, it gets a bit better. As you start to zoom out to the daily, you really don't want to be looking at anything under the daily charts. Because when you look at the daily charts, you get a much bigger picture of what's happening. So look right now. We had, and we talked about this before, we had a pump in the market, right? So the market went up 129%, and the market has now corrected about 30%. All right, so look at what happened. It went up. The market went up. So let's just say to about here. The market went up about 100%. All right, and now the market has corrected so far 25%. Does that mean, remember what Siam said, normally with a pump, there's a 50% correction. So we could expect more falling. We could expect to crash down to 2,500 ether. It's possible. Or this might be the pump. Look, we had a big dump. And then people bought, because people look at that and go, that's really cheap, I'm going to buy it. And then they buy it. And then the traders go, ha, got all your money, suckers. Crash the market, everyone gets cut out of their trades or loses, and they buy it again. This is human psychology, it's basic economics, it is just supply, demand, greed, all of these things. This is the technical analysis that you look at. But the reason that we're interested in this is because when fear comes into the market, so there's a thing that we can look at here. I'm just gonna open up a screen so I can show you this. There's a thing that we can look at here called the fear and greed index. All right, so let's look at the crypto fear and greed index. Last month, okay, and what this is, by the way, is it takes all different data points and it compounds it into a number. And that number basically sums up the market. So last month we was at 79. Everyone was really greedy. Things are going well. Everything's good. Crypto's going up. Money. Last week it kind of started to dip off. Okay, and so you can see, okay, right, okay, so it's gone from extreme greed to neutral. Where's it going? Yesterday, everyone was in fear. Now everyone's in extreme fear. So what happens when people are in extreme fear? They sell. What happens when people are extremely greedy? You know, they hold on to it. They're greedy. They want more. Oh, I'm going to hold this. It's going to be worth so much. It's going to be worth so much. Oh, no, oh, no, oh, no. I've lost all my money because I didn't do anything. So what does that mean for you as an intelligent person watching this stream? You don't buy when it's greed, which is when everyone else comes in. People look at, oh, it's in the news. Oh, everyone's talking about it. Oh, it's doing really well. Oh, this is a safe time to buy in. No. You sell when it's green and you buy when it's red. If everybody else is scared, that's the time to buy. If everybody else is running away, you need to not follow the herd. You need to say, well, why are they running away? Now, this isn't in every situation. Obviously, there's some things you need to understand that there's a reason people are running away. But if you believe in something, if you believe in something like crypto, if you think that crypto is going to stay and you are investing in good quality crypto, then this is the time to be buying, ladies and gentlemen. I bought loads yesterday. I was like, do you know what? This is a great opportunity. Look how cheap everything is. Matt, what does that mean? Well, it means Ether's down. What does that mean? It means AXS is down. I mean, AXS has been bought back up already. SLP is down. So we have to understand that there's a knock-on effect. So when you look at SLP and go, oh, SLP's crashing, we know SLP's crashing. But now we understand why. And also, SLP is trying really, really, really hard right now to hold on. It's clinging for dear life to this 6 cent line. It does not want to drop below this line. It is really trying. Look at this. It is up and down, but it is on this line. So I am hoping, really hoping, that sometime this week, within the next 7 days, okay, within a week, I hope there will be an announcement from Axie Infinity. I can't say this is actually going to happen, but I hope that within the next 7 days, there will be an announcement and they will do some form of balancing. I think they're going to release the DEX within the next week. Again, there's no insider information, there's no knowledge, there's no facts. This is just my opinion, my thoughts. I think in the next week, they're going to release the Ronin DEX. And then I think they're going to wait to see what happens. And I think that in maybe another week after they release the DEX, after they've monitored it, I think we'll see some balancing within the SLP community. And I think that will be a good indication within a week or two of a slight uptrend that we can expect to see. Which also would tie in nicely with the fear and greed and everything in the markets right now. So I'm sharing this with you because I want you to understand that if you hold SLP right now, my advice is not to sell. It is to hold on. Cash out as much as you need to live, but no more. Just keep hold of it. And we talked the other day about form and about putting money into form. Now, some of you would have put money into form and it would have gone down and you'll be like, oh no, my money's gone down. Don't worry. The idea about having form, and I bought loads more form as well. You watch me do it on stream. So the idea about, if you have SLP sitting in your wallet, it is just SLP sitting in your wallet. It's not doing anything. But if you have form sitting in your wallet, and I recommend buying it on the Binance Smart Chain, because if you buy it on the Binance Smart Chain, you'll pay less fees. But if you have form sitting in your form wallet, you are making 70%. You are gaining 70% more of what you have. So if I have 10,000, every year I'm going to make 7,000 more coins. So the idea here is that you are, yes, the markets are going down, which means that the price of form is going down, but we don't care about that right now. We're not interested in the price of form because we're not selling. We're interested in holding, getting our APR to make sure that we compound our interest. And then when the price goes up, then we sell. When everyone else, when it's green, when everybody else is like, oh, this is a good time to buy in, then we sell. And then when the market crashes, we buy back in again. So I just want you to understand that if you're thinking about SLP and what to do, specifically new scholars, you need to understand this. This is very, very important, okay? So we're waiting. Right now, we're waiting. We can't really do anything else at the moment except play Axie and learn how to get better at the game. So why are we doing this? Well, we're doing this for a very simple reason. It could be months before we are back to a place where we was at the beginning of July. It could be months. It might not, and I hope it won't, but it might be months. So what are we doing right now in Axie? What's the purpose of Axie? The purpose of Axie, yes, you're trying to make money. I get that. But the purpose of Axie right now is you are generating crypto assets. You are generating a coin, a token, SLP. And whilst SLP will never go to the moon, SLP will never be worth $1, because it can't, because they won't allow it. Because exactly the same as when the price goes down, Sky Mavis will do something to raise the price with the same thought process. If SLP gets too high, they'll do the same thing. They'll do something to bring it back down, because SLP is never meant to be the token that goes to the moon. SLP is only designed as a utility token, meaning it should sit within a range. And ideally, we want it to sit in the middle. This is the all-time high. This is the all-time low. We kind of want it somewhere in the middle, which is somewhere around 20 to 25 cents. 20 to 25 cents, SLP is an ideal place to be. That's where we want it to be right now. So with that being said, what are we doing in the meantime? Well, exactly the same with Form or any other coin. You want to hold as much of it as possible. So right now, what are we thinking when we're thinking about Axie? Well, we're actually thinking right now as a scholar, from a scholar's perspective, how can I generate as much SLP as possible for as little time invested as possible? Okay, that's from an income perspective. The other side of it is, how can I enjoy the game? How can I have fun? If you enjoy playing for 10 hours a day, play for 10 hours a day if you enjoy it. But don't play for 10 hours a day because you're trying to grind the money. I mean, if you want to, again, you can. But understand that there's an income. Yes, that's one aspect. You need to have fun. This should be enjoyable. This is not a job. It should be fun. And then the third side of it is bragging rights. There are people right now who want to be top of the leaderboard. There are people who want to be competitive. So if you want to be competitive, be competitive. If you just want to pay the bills, just pay the bills. If you want to hoard as much SLP as you can, hoard as much SLP as you can. Like, you do you. You do whatever's right for you. What we will do on our side is we will set a very basic entry level. And the entry level at the moment is very basic. All you need to do if you want to be a scholar and you're not a scholar yet is apply on the website once. That's it. Okay? Apply on the website once. There are things that you can do to help your application. And it does not involve DMs. It does not involve spamming comments or saying, when membership, or hope you notice me. Like, that stuff is just noise, and noise will not get noticed. Noise will not get noticed. Okay? When I was in the army, and we used to do medic training, meaning that there was a situation. Let's say, for example, there was a bomb went off. All right? And you arrive at the bomb scene. And the first thing that you need to do is what's called triage. And triage is where you assess the situation and then you will categorize the importance of people that need help. T1, T2, T3. T1, you know, and this can be in anything, in business, in anything. You'll have priority. P1, P2, P3, whatever it may be. And it will be something like P1 is immediate assistance. These people need help right now. And the people that need help right now are not the people screaming. If somebody's screaming because they've lost a leg, yeah, they're not in a good place because they've lost a leg. But the fact that they're conscious, they're awake, they're vocal, they're screaming, you know, they feel pain, they're actually not in a bad place compared to someone who's unconscious, who's not breathing, who can't talk. So when you're assessing something, you have to assess it not by the words or the noise, but you have to assess it by other factors. And that's what we do when we pick our scholars. People that are noisy, you know, they're not as important as people who are saying, do you know what? I need this. I know I need this. Everybody needs this. But what can I do? How can I stand out? Okay, well, let me contribute. Let me do some good. Let me help. Let me show up. Let me do something that actually helps the situation. And those are the people who we notice. So apply once and then support people. Show up to the live streams. Show up to the coaching sessions. Contribute in whatever way you can. You know, we've got people doing artwork. That's a common theme. We've got people doing legal documents. We've got people who are just showing up and supporting and helping and whatever it is that you need to do. So I need you to understand that when you're going to be applying for a scholarship, and this isn't just with us, with any scholarship, the noise doesn't help. Managers, we don't look at noise. Okay, it's a turn off. So just be active, show up, be part of the community, and we will notice you and we will pick people. And we pick people from a mixture. We pick some people that don't talk at all. We pick some people that are not even in the Discord. They just, they applied. So we'll go through some of the original applications and we'll pick some of those. We'll also pick some people that have helped us. We'll also pick some people that we feel need it, people that are struggling to eat or things. But it's difficult because if we say to people, hey, who's struggling to eat? We want to give you a scholarship. Then everyone's going to be struggling to eat, even if they're not. And so there's a real challenge with us finding the right people. So I want you to understand this, okay? And I want you to understand what's happening. So we're looking at this from a perspective of how can we help? What can we do? Well, one of the things we can do is give you a good team. Okay, if we give you good axes, then you've got a better chance. So the people here, everybody here has AAP, Aqua Plant, everybody, every single scholar. Some of them have the Codinator, some of them don't. And if they don't, they're still in a better position than Chops. Even if you do not have Codinator, you still have AAP. You still have a Koi backline, you still have a Nemo midline, you still have a Plant frontline. You are still with a good team. Even if you don't have the Codinator, you still have a good team. You are still in a better position than other scholarships. So we only buy good teams here, right? The second step is if you get the Codinator, great. You know you can do more with it. Do you know what impresses me more than somebody who is sitting at 2000 MMR with a Codinator? It's somebody that was willing to find a way without the Codinator to get to 2K MMR. If somebody gets to 2K MMR without the Codinator, then I'm going to look at that person and say, wow, they've done that without the tools. Imagine what would happen if we gave them the tools. That person is much more likely to get the Codinator and 40 energy because of what they can do with it. So I want you to understand my thought process and the team's thought processes in what we look for when we do stuff. Because if you listen and you hear me, it will help you in the long term. So what we're doing at the moment is we are giving the right team or giving the best we can. So then what comes next? Having the team is only part of the problem or part of the solution. You then need to know how to use the team. So how do you use the team correctly? Well, you copy somebody who is doing well. So who do we know right now who is doing well? Well, there's some things that we can look at to give us an idea. One of these is AxiZone. So we can have a look at AxiZone and we can see what's happened. Okay, we can go to the leaderboard and we can say, well, okay, this is the leaderboard right now. This is the alpha season leaderboard. So this is people right now, updated 2 minutes ago. So as we kind of scroll down and we look on a leaderboard and we say, well, these are the top players right now in the world, globally. 1.5 million active players a day. And these are the top people in the world. Okay, so who's there? Well, we can scroll down. We can see Axie.gg. Okay, we can see Yield Guild Gaming. All right, Axie.gg. All right, we can see these people in here. So these are people to follow, to watch, to understand, to learn from. These are the people that are doing quite well. CTG's up here. Okay, so you want to start looking at these because these are the places you want to kind of spend your time and your attention. And as we scroll down, and hopefully it's not too much further because we can see Elijah here. Elijah, very good person to follow on YouTube. We keep going down, we follow down, and as we get down, hopefully not too far. Hopefully not too far. Let's have a look. I know it's going to be here somewhere. Where have you gone? Hold on. Did I miss it? Oh, look, I missed it. He's above Elijah. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Coach Cody. Coach Cody. 45. 45th in the world. The top 50 players in the world. Above Elijah from CTG, who's done incredibly well. Coach Cody pushing on for the top 10 players in the world. And hasn't got, okay, let me stress this, hasn't got the team that he wants or needs to get into the top 10. He is doing this without the optimal team. Okay? He hasn't got the team he wants, and he's still able. This is where intelligence comes from. This is where strategy. This is where experience. This is where you can learn. So the best thing for us to do for our scholars is to bring somebody like Coach Cody in. So let's do it. Let's do it right now. Let's bring Coach Cody in and let's have a chat. Hello, Coach Cody. Can you hear me?
Hi, Steve.
Hey,
I can't hear you.
how are you?
I can hear you from your stream, but not in the Discord.
How's that?
There you go. There.
Hey,
Loud.
Coach Cody, how are
Hey.
you, sir?
I'm doing good, thank you. And yourself?
Doing very, very, very well. You might be a little bit close to your
Great to hear.
microphone. I'm getting a bit of feedback, just
Oh,
FYI.
okay. How about now? Is it better?
You sound amazing.
Cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we get a hashtag Coach Cody in the chat, please? It is Wednesday. It is time for Coach Cody. Can we get a Coach Cody in the chat, please?
Hey, everyone.
Hey,
Hope you're
Coach.
having a great evening.
There's definitely some noise coming through from your microphone. I don't know if it's you
Yo,
breathing into the
okay.
mic or it might be rubbing, but just so you're aware, there's definitely some noise coming through.
Try to. Hello?
It's all
How
good.
about now?
It's all good. I have a question, Coach Cody.
Mhm.
Can we see you?
Yeah.
And if
Oh,
not
I just
today,
finished my
in the
work.
future.
Not today. Yeah, definitely in the future, but not right now. I just finished my workout. I'm not camera ready.
See, that's what the heavy
unfortunately.
breathing is, ladies and gentlemen. Coach Cody's just
Sorry.
been to the gym. Coach Cody's breathing heavy because he has been working out. Okay, strong body, strong mind. I love it. I would love for us to do a stream at some point and to bring you onto the video. Would you be up for that at some point?
Yeah, definitely.
That would be
Probably.
amazing.
I try to get a good cam. Just using my laptop camera, so I want to be ready for it.
All right. Well, then let's send you a camera.
Oh, wow.
Let's do that. And yeah, let's do this. That would be amazing. So, all right, in the future, we'll work up to that. I think what we need for that to happen, if we're going to do a face reveal for Coach Cody, I don't think we should just give everybody your face. I don't think that they deserve your face without putting in some work. I think people need to do something. So, we're going to need likes and shares and comments, and I think we're going to have to work up to this. But yeah, that could be fun. We'll keep you posted. Coach Cody, currently 45th in the world. How does it feel?
Feels great. I actually just want to correct a little bit since I bought a new team. I've reviewed most of the teams that were in the top 100 last season, and I have picked a specific team that I like, which is Poison. It's the one that actually the top one last season it was using, but his is a lot more expensive because he's is very fast and very tough. The ones that he's using are Dusk instead of Reptiles. So we all know that Dusks normally are faster and have a lot more HP. And yeah, it's what I could afford at the moment, but yeah, it's doing its job. I'm able to reach top 45 with it.
That
Hopefully
is,
even more.
by the way, incredible. You're 44 at the moment. You're currently 44.
Oh, am I? I thought I was 45.
I thought you're 45 as well, and it says 45 on the overview, but it says 44 when I go into your profile. Maybe it's changed. So let me ask you a question then, Coach Cody. If money wasn't an issue, if you had all the money in the world, what would you buy?
Hmm. Um, before I before I want to buy another team, I would like to make sure that there are no like sudden updates. Like maybe they would release new cards or make some changes, some balances or nerfs into the current meta. So right now I'm holding or waiting for any updates first, and then I'll go ahead and theory craft first, and then let's see. But if I am to make a decision right now, I would be going with the Dusk Poison lineup still.
The Dusk
Think.
Poison lineup. And I'm just having a look at your cards at the moment. So I can see right now we have a Reptile with a Garish Worm.
Hmm.
Okay,
They're
so
still hybrid.
can you talk me through your cards? Is that possible? Can we do that?
Sure. Yep.
So
So the
let me share my
oh,
screen with you as well, because I think that'll help you so that you're not looking at the
Discord. I mean the live.
the live stream. There we go. So you should be able to see me now in lifetime.
Okay. Yeah. Now I see it. So yes. So first, this is the mid line or the mid axis.
Oh, sorry. Let's start with the
What?
front. Let's start with the front. So here we go.
All right.
There we go.
So for the tank, I picked a card which has, or a tank which has multiple bug cards, or at least 2 out of 4 cards. Since I want to be able to activate Garish Worm, we all know that chaining is done by using two of, or sorry, one at least one of the same class from 2 different axes. So, for example, this one has Cute Bunny, which has a chain skill effect as well. That if another axis uses a bug, then it would apply fear on its target. Normally, I would like to fear the opponent's tank as well. And to do that, I want to be faster than his tank. That is why, if you would check the, I think it's the eye or ear part. Can you scroll up a little bit? Oh, actually, we can see it. Sea
Yeah.
slug for the ears. Yeah. So it's a water. So that's why our speed is, I believe, 34, which is normally faster than most tanks, which ranges around 31 to 32. So if we are faster and we are able to hit Cute Bunny, let's say an opponent uses 2 vegetable bites, we are able to avoid him stealing or also stealing and dealing damage to us. And yeah, that's basically securing our energy for the next turn.
So
And also,
let me just because that's just blown my mind. So
mhm,
there's a whole thing with people going, "Oh, pure cards are so good, and you should have pure," and these chops like don't have a chop. So
mhm,
this is where you would call a not a chopper, you would call it a hybrid,
yeah,
because it is
mhm,
very specifically calculated. And chat, just so you understand. And by the way, Gracie, thank you so much for the 30 stars. Thank you ever so much. And Gembest for the 10 stars, silently viewing there. Thank you ever so much. If you're sending stars, Jaff for the 30 as well. Thank you so much for the stars. I appreciate you. Renelle with the 30 stars. Genesee, happy Wednesday. Congratulations to the new scholars. Thank you so much, everyone, for all of the stars and the support. But yeah, Coach Cody, you've gone for Sea Slug so that it
mhm,
gives you extra speed so that you
yeah,
can negate energy steal. That's
yeah,
incredibly intelligent and thought out. Most people would go for a tank and just build health,
yeah, mhm,
but you're negating an ever so slight bit of health for speed.
yes.
That's
Since we are
clever.
focusing on our Cute Bunny tactic, which again negates 2 of the next cards or 2 of the first cards that the tank will use. So yeah, that's very helpful. Like we can negate Cactus, which deals a lot of damage. Hot Butt, which could turn off our Cute Bunny on the next round. We can negate that as well. There's a lot of key cards that we could negate using Cute Bunny and having a faster speed than the opponent's tank.
Wow. That's okay. For me, that I can sum that up very easily.
The next level
The
play.
next level play.
Lakad mo to, Tol!
Normally.
That's all I have to say to you, sir. That's all I have to say to you. That is next level thinking. Next level thinking.
Yeah, that's what I actually like to do. I want to theory craft, and when I do get a budget, I want to buy a team that I think would work well in the current meta. And I normally don't go with the common because again, common lineups do get countered a lot, like the um maybe a pure AAP. We
Mhm.
see that it's now not that viable as it used to be. So I want to be unique and but also have a purpose on why I took this Axia.
Yeah.
I hope that makes sense.
No, it makes perfect sense. So we have the chaining of the bug cards. We have the speed from the sea slug. I mean, this is.
Mhm. And
I
also Yam for the poison,
there's
Vortex for
there's
poison.
something about theory crafting that is incredible. I see moving forward. I see professional esports teams. Like I see in the future. I see Liquid, Fnatic, OG. I see them branching out into
Yeah,
Axie.
definitely,
Because
definitely. Yeah.
they have their CS:GO teams, they have their Dota teams. I see them playing their Axie teams, and I see them looking for people like yourself who will come on board and theory craft so that they can scrim and test out these different metas.
Mm-hmm.
This is
Yeah.
next level play. This is
The next level play. The next level play.
I
All right.
cannot wait. I just have to share this because I cannot wait for you to lead the esports team.
Oh, I'm so excited
I
as
am
well. So
so
hyped.
excited about that. I am already in talks with companies about getting corporate sponsorships. So we've got our sponsorships for our scholars, and that's nice. I'm actually talking right now with companies for corporate sponsorships for the esports team.
Yeah.
We
Well,
are
actually, since you
going
have
to
mentioned
have
that with
that
me, oh,
budget,
sorry.
and we are going to have that team. What I want
Mm,
to do, and I'm not saying this will happen, and it might do, but here is an idea of something that I would love to do. Once we're in a position where COVID isn't wrecking lives the way it currently is,
mhm.
the first thing I would like to do is jump on a plane and come out to the Philippines. That's one
Wow,
thing we need
we'll
to
be
do.
so excited for
I am
that.
going to come and see you.
Even more than the esports team,
I am
definitely.
definitely going to come and see you. And then what I would like to do, and this is not going to happen, but this is an idea. It's on my vision board as something we can look at in the future. I would like to rent a house in the Philippines. I
Boot
would
camp.
like, or maybe even buy a house. I don't know. Buy or rent a house in the Philippines and deck it out with some esports gaming equipment so that we can scrim properly and we can have some form of a hub in the Philippines for our esports team.
I'm sure everyone listening right now is hyped up. Those within the organization already, within the UNOOBs already, and even those watching that's not yet in. So I hope you join us.
We will be
We're
doing at
heading.
some point, I hope, we will be doing a boot camp. We will be doing a boot camp. I just don't know what that looks like yet. We need to wait. I mean, we're talking a bit in the future, but I cannot wait. I'm excited for this. And just seeing your skill level with one card and the things behind it, it's blown me away. So please, Coach Cody,
Yep.
carry on. This is
Actually, that's what because we have been talking offline on how we are planning to do the esports, and I really want to I'm motivated by it, and I really want to prove that it is possible with me leading the team. So I really want to at least maybe get into the top 10, hopefully,
I
or
mean, the
even in the
top 10's a
podium
good
one, two, three.
start for you. I mean, to be honest, the top 10's a good start, but I'd like to see you in the top 3.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
I really, really, really right now want to see your name on the podium.
Mhm.
That
That's
is,
the goal.
I will do whatever I can to support that right now. I think you have the potential to do it. In fact, I know you do. I think you just need a little bit more of a budget to be able to play with a few more variations.
Mhm. Thanks, thanks. I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, so let's discuss the mid accident.
Okay, so everyone understand what we have here and the reason behind it. And so this is,
Oh,
again, you mentioned poison. So this tick damage, I guess, is this something you'll play early and then you'll...
well, it's actually going to be played when I expect the opponent to hit my tank, or I just need to maybe activate Disguise, which is a zero cost that would let me gain energy. But yeah, normally when I expect that the opponent would hit my tank, like for example, a very aggressive team or without any backdoors, which would really have to go through the tank first, I would use Gas Unleash to inflict poison ticks onto the opponent. Also, I would like to note that this, guys, is what I took for activating Garish Worm. Let's say I'm short of energy and I just want to um, make sure that the Garish Worm from my other reptiles are activated and be able to hit ticks. I would use this, guys, as well, even without activating its energy or its skill effect. So it's just basically to activate the Garish Worm. A lot of our scholars who have been watching me use my current lineup seen me do this. I'm just using one Leaf Bug
Perfect.
since it's zero
Amazing.
cost.
Nice. Nice.
Mhm.
I love it. Okay, so that's the front line. Let's have a look
Yep.
at your midline. I believe this is your midline.
Yes, that's my midline. So it's a almost pure reptile, which has high health, decent speed, just 40, and it's also carrying Garish Worm, which is a bug card. So can you scroll down a little bit? So yep. So Garish Worm is just like Cute Bunny. It's a chain skill card, which will apply poison if another Axie on your team uses another bug skill. So it could be another Garish Worm. It could be again Leaf Bug or Disguise or even Cute Bunny. So yeah, and then another zero cost since aside from my tank I don't actually have an energy gain or a way to gain energy, so I needed to put a zero cost, and it just so happens that this grass snake applies poison as well, which works well with the current synergy I was thinking. And then sneaky raid for the backdoor, and the backdoor for sneaky raid targets the furthest enemy. So I am, if you would check I'll talk about the backline axis later, but basically this midline axis targets normally the fastest. That's why I'm also carrying Cerastus, which is a high damaging, high armor um, card, which will deal bonus damage 130%, if I'm not mistaken, to an Axie that is faster. So again, normally, if I'm not mistaken, the back or the furthest Axies like birds, aquas are normally faster. I'm only carrying 40 speed, so most often than not, the backline axis would be faster, and yeah, I could use Cerastus to secure a kill against them.
Nice.
And the
Nice.
reason why I put it in mid is because it has Cerastus as well, which has 60 armor, which is very durable than
Nice.
other
So
cards.
the Garish Worm and the Cerastus giving you over 110 plus even a toothless
Yeah,
bite. I mean,
yep,
you can almost brick the
easily
mid
reach
lane if you
200.
need to.
Yep, easily 200 armor with 4 cards. Yep.
Wow.
Like Sneaky Raid, 2 Cerastus, and 1 Garish. That's more than 200 even.
Wow. Wow. I'm loving this lineup. This is a very very interesting combo. And I'm just curious. So, and also just to have a look at the cost of this because we can see it here. So this was like
Mhm.
0.3 ether for this card.
Yes.
And
And I bought it on the
the first
17th.
one you got very cheap. The first one was very good.
Yes, it's even a version. So I guess not everyone is aware of what a capability of a faster. Because again, normally players think that fast tanks are bad since opponents would then, if for example you would steal energy, and then a slower axis, a slower tank can steal back your energy, right? So that's why there's a common connotation that if your tank is fast, it's bad. But in this case, we're using that for as an advantage since if we're faster, we could turn off or fear the opponent and negate any other cards that your opponent will be using. So
Right.
yeah,
And people know how good this is. I mean, these are being bred 7 times. They're selling for just under an ether,
yep,
even with a 7 breed on it. Like these are
hmm
expensive.
it is very
These are expensive. So yeah, good to see these cards. All right, we have a back door,
all right. And
a back line.
this
Sorry.
one is our backline axis. It is a little bit faster than our mid, which carries 44. That's why we're holding a aqua ear as well. The reason why we want to be fast is because this axis has a backdoor and it targets the mid lane. normally the mid lane Axie is the high damaging burst Axie, like what we have in our coordinator, and it's good that we could chomp the opponent and at least negate one of his burst damage or burst cards. And
Right.
also, it still carries Garish Worm. So again, another poison activator, and also Grass Snake. Since again, we don't have that much energy generation or generation in this team, so we need to always have at least a zero cast in each of our axes.
Right.
Mhm.
Understood. So with this, is that why you have the gil on this again? Was that
Yes,
specifically sought out to give you that
yes,
speed boost?
yes.
Wow, perfect.
Normally, this axis, if it doesn't have like a water ear, it would just be around 42 speed. So we want to have that 44 speed.
And would
The reason
you?
why, oh,
Sorry,
go ahead.
I was just going to
Yeah,
ask.
go ahead.
Would it matter if it was the eye or the ear? Does it matter? Does it make a
Well,
difference?
it's actually better if it was both, but budget wise, it's too expensive already to
Sure.
get that. I think it would jump at least maybe another point 0.2 ether
Wow.
just to get that extra. So since I was working with a budget, I think 44 speed is okay with me, and yeah, so I
Wow.
picked that.
Okay. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, we're learning something today. This is new. This is
So
this
the
is
just to
theory
explain. Oh, yeah,
crafting
go ahead.
hybrid Axie to get into the top 50 of the world leaderboard.
So as you can see, we could actually inflict poison to all of the opponent's axis because with wing shot, this will target the mid axis of the opponent. That's on the back line. Yeah, wing shot. There, wing horn. I'm sorry, smart shot. So skip the closest target if there are two or more enemies remaining. So yep, this allows me to target the mid and then inflict maybe two, at least four poison is the target. Six if I'm really greedy and want to kill the opponent immediately. So to inflict six poison, you would probably go wing horn, two grass snakes, or garish worm, or other way around, wing horn, two garish. Oh, sorry, two garish and then a grass snake. And then for the back line, same thing. I could still inflict six poison if I was greedy, or normally I go with four because four normally is enough. And the strategy here is to keep the opponent on a on a medium, at least maybe below half health, so that the opponent would still have to draw cards on that specific axis that we have inflicted poison. And yeah, slowly every time he uses cards and I use cards, he goes closer to zero and could really disrupt the opponent's thinking on like, should I go all in on this specific axis? What if he goes all in and it takes me out to death? So yeah, that's where the synergy plays real well, psyching out the opponents on when to use cards.
Wow. This is taking the game to a whole new level. I think in the future it's going to be interesting when we get to, like, there's already been talk about these soulbound Axie where you'll be able to play the game for free, so you won't have to
Okay.
buy your Axie in the future to compete, but you won't be able to gain any SLP or any rewards. So I think there's going to be, I think in the future we're going to see a disconnection between MMR and SLP.
Mhm.
I think they'll pull that apart, because I think what they'll do is they'll keep Arena, and I think we're not going to see that until Land is released. But I think what we'll
Mhm.
see is Arena and the League and the maybe Compodium, or whatever the version of the international will be for Axie, the competitive
Mhm.
scene. I think that will be almost like, and I see this where, like we have in Dota and League of Legends, where we have these captains modes where you'll be able
Yep.
to like ban and pick certain Axie and things. There'll
Yep.
be
Yep. Mhm.
there'll be that
Yeah.
element, I believe, in
Yeah.
this game,
We could get that in the future updates. Yeah,
and that will be
that sounds
really,
cool.
really
Yeah.
exciting to witness. But to be able to theory craft with zero cost, that is going to create a whole new level of knowledge within the game. Because right now, theory crafting only really applies to those with a budget.
Yeah, that's true.
And I see that changing. I do. But to be able to position yourself as one of the top theory crafters in the game and prove your theory on the leaderboard right now, I have so much respect and admiration for you. And not only that, but this is content which, and I really want to stress this because this is so important to understand. Chat, Coach Cody does not need to share this. Most people who are playing at this level keep this content close to their chest because they don't want you to know what they're doing. Okay, this is their competitive advantage. And so for Coach Cody to be able to come out here and share this, to give you the ability to think at a new level, can we get some hashtag Coach Cody in the comments, please? Can we get some likes and some shares for Coach Cody for giving his knowledge away for free? I really can't stress that enough. He does not need to do this, but he's willing to, because for him, it is more important to help other people than it is for him to be able to be at the top. He wants to be at the top, of course he does. Coach Cody wants nothing more than to be at the top, and we all want that as well. But
I want my family with me on the top, not just myself.
Yeah, like, do you know what would be incredible? To be able to look at this leaderboard and just scroll down and all you see is just all of the... How funny would it be to have noobs ruling the leaderboard?
Oh my God.
The irony of the noobs, just the top 10 are just noobs. That would make news. We would have noob news. We would we would be talked about everywhere. It's like the irony that, you know, and this is why I created Undisputed Noob, was because I'm not the best gamer in the world, but I do enjoy playing. And the whole reason that we created Undisputed Noob was to tell people that it doesn't matter if you're not the best. Yes, we can be competitive, and in competitive games, it can be stressful, especially if you're playing in a team game like Dota. We've all experienced the toxicity, especially on things like the SEA servers and places where people are just very passionate about what they play. We experienced some toxicity, and I was trying, so I had a saying that I wanted to remove toxicity one person at a time. And the way that I do that is by taking their ammunition and just diffusing it and turning it against them. The best way to deal with a bully is to laugh at them. I mean, probably not in their face because they'll bully you more in that moment. But a bully only wins when you let it affect you. You know, a troll only wins when you give them the attention that they're craving for. And so somebody who's calling you shit or saying you're bad or trash talking you only wins when you let it affect you. By me calling myself a noob, that was my way of claiming my power and not letting them use it against me. And so there's a whole meaning and ethos behind Undisputed Noob, which is about people before profits. It's about people first. It's about being respectful. It's about being positive. It's about having fun. We can be competitive whilst we're doing that. I really can't put into words how grateful I am for you.
Oh, thank you.
Like, I really mean it. For you to come and share all of this with the community, you are an incredible human being. I love you to bits. I really do. I think it's amazing. And the fact that you reached out because I was so bad is just the icing on the cake, really.
Well, the reason why I wanted to help is because I really see you want to help the Filipino community as well, the Axie community. And yeah, I think there's a lot. We are Undisputed Noob. I understand we're not experts. And I believe with my current skill set before, I could really help out. And it just so happened that, yeah, everyone's improving. Some even before the preseason ended, some were even higher than my MMR, which is amazing. Like, shout out to Ditz and Kim, even Miracle. They're really good.
Incredible. And that in itself as well was just phenomenal to watch. Like, when we launched this scholarship program, So I've talked about this before, and everybody knows this. I had no intention of creating a scholarship. I wanted to breed. I wanted to make money. To me, Axie was a hedge against the crypto market. And as soon as I saw the ability for people, the play to earn model, I changed. I looked into scholarships, and then it became people before profits because I knew that I had to help people, and I wanted to help people, and I could help people. So being able to do that took away the... Not that I don't want to make profit. I do want to make profit. But I want to put people before profit. And so being able to see us create this model where we're focusing on education, we're focused on building up the scholars, to see parallel to that happening, to see Sky Mavis and Jeff and Andrew and these other people talk about the importance of, like Gio said in a post, earning SLP in Axie should be the equivalent of being a skilled tradesman. You know, a skilled worker gets paid more in the workplace than a general labourer. A general labourer is paid minimum wage, whereas a skilled tradesman is paid more. And he said that the Axie ecosystem should apply the same logic. Therefore, somebody who just wants to grind PvE or just do the bare minimum will earn a basic wage, and somebody who is willing to theory craft, somebody who is willing to learn, to apply, to practice, someone who is willing to go above and beyond will earn more. So the fact that we was doing this alongside their vision, I think we're already positioning ourselves ahead of the curve.
Definitely.
And
so true.
You are, without a doubt, our strongest asset within the community.
Thanks,
The sponsors, myself, the team, Fitzy, all of the moderators, the systems and everything would be, I mean, it would exist, but it wouldn't have nearly just the impact that it has without you. And so I'm going to say it again. I am so grateful on behalf of all of the scholars, because I'm looking right now and just look at this. Average SLP, 300, 110, 199, 174, 172, 387, 153, average, 174, 152, 189, 167, 186, 167, 453, wow. Average.
Good job, Ivan.
196, 193, 215, 160, 412. 167, 150, 140, 142, 182. We're only halfway through the scholars. This is just amazing. Incredible. And this is because of you.
Our minimum is 100, right? So no one's below.
The minimum is 100. If you're above 100, then you're... I mean, we don't have a single player under 100. We don't have a single player under 100. I mean... Apart from, and this doesn't count because these are new players that have only just started.
Yeah. Just today.
Like started yesterday, like 1 day ago. That doesn't count. I mean, Guillerman, fair play. Look at this. Look at this though. Oh, sorry. I think this is just incredible as well when we look at the difference here. Let me come back down. Started 1 day ago. Now, some people have had a bit more luck, but look at this. 1,600 MMR 2 days ago. 1,229 1 day ago. 1,334 1 day ago. I know, unfortunate, 1,000 MMR, bit of a bad start, but that's fine. You've been playing for a day. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just incredible. And the rest of them, which are just coming on board at the moment, which have got their teams, we're just sorting them out now. But look at this, 50 scholars.
Nice. We're already halfway there.
It's crazy. But Coach Cody, this is because of you. You've created this ability.
Because of you as well. I think it's because
it's
of
a team
everybody
effort, of course.
Working. Yeah,
it's a team effort. Like, we would still be doing this, but we wouldn't be doing it. Like, I know some managers who are like, oh, well, if you hit 75 SLP, great. Mm-hmm. But we have graduation within 12 months if a scholar can maintain 160 SLP average. And right now, and the way that the colours are set up on the average is green means you're going to graduate within a year. Orange means that it may take longer. It may take between 12 to 20 months. And red means, you're struggling to meet the minimum and we need to have a chat to see how we can help you. So right now, most people, bar, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? I don't even get to count. There's 7, 8. Okay, so 9. I'm going to count 9 out of the 35 that we have. 9 out of 35 are going to take longer than a year to graduate at the moment.
Yep.
But
I
that in
think if they
itself.
still grind weekends and not take a days off,
But this is,
they would
yeah,
still, I
but
think,
let me
make,
just, and that's another point. This is based on a model of working 5 days a week, 50 weeks a year. So this is, and I don't think I've seen a scholar take a day off yet.
No, I haven't
I don't
seen
think I've
anyone
seen a
get
single
also.
scholar not say, I'm not going to play a game today for 2 hours. I've not seen it. And so, and that's great because it's just more money in, the scholar's pocket at the end of the day. I really can't wait until payday. I know we've still got 8 days to go.
Also, I want to stress out, Steve, that most of the green ones are the ones who have been regularly either watching me or watching like our top scholars play, and yeah, they're really learning from each other as well. So, for those who are currently struggling or just new, I advise you really watch your fellow scholars or me in our Discord channel, and it really works. See, everyone's in the green. Those are the most active ones. It's directly proportional to um your time and effort that you put into learning the game. You would really see the results.
Well, and I think this goes without
Ivan is
saying. Like,
always there.
if we look here, like Ivan P, look at the top here, 1,918 MMR right
Almost
now.
2K. We just reset it. Everybody was just reset to 1,200.
Yep.
And Ivan is already in 1.9.
Well, let's have a look,
Amazing.
shall we? Let's see who's top at the moment. So Kim, 2,200 MMR.
That's a given.
Hold on, where are you?
2000. I'm 2.4, I think, or 2.3. I'm not sure.
So hold on, what's the top 100 at the moment? 2.3. 2.3 is the top 100. I think we're about to see our first scholar. I think we're about to see our first
Kim.
scholar.
Let's go. Only 100 more.
I think we're about to see our first scholar hit the top 100 in the world. That's going to be incredible. And also, because of Kim today, and I did this today, Kim today received 10 Axie.
Nice.
So now
40
Kim has
energy.
40, because obviously what we can see here, and I know that the SLP reset, but Kim was earning 285 SLP with 3 Axie.
Amazing.
Kim was hitting, let me just repeat that. Kim was hitting, on average, 250 to 300 SLP a day with 3 Axie. It's possible. It's only today that Kim has received, and I do not believe that the energy counts yet, because I sent that team over after
the
reset. So today and yesterday, as examples, with this average, this is 215 SLP average with 3 Axie. Just to let you know, it's possible. It's possible. For Kim to be able to have 10 Axie now, I mean, I don't know where it's going to go.
Double that.
I mean, it's crazy. I think we're going to see some all-time highs and some new records. And also, just to point out, Kim has won an esports jersey, a custom, one-of-a-kind esports Undisputed Noob jersey.
He's the one that reached 3K MMR,
The
guys. For those
first
who don't know.
scholar to reach 3K MMR. And so
And I think he also won 1 AXS, Steve, if you didn't know.
Oh yes, and 1 AXS, which unfortunately right now we can't claim. So
I think we can already.
No, we can't. We've tried it. We can't claim it at the moment, and it seems to be a problem, and it's a shame because I'd love to be able to claim that. I really do want to be able to claim that, but we can't. I don't know why. I don't know what the problem is, but we can't claim it.
Kim has to click it on the game. Sorry, Kim, you have to go into the
No, he's done
game.
that. He's
Go
done
to
it
the
in the
lead.
game. He
Oh,
has
no, no,
done that
already. Okay.
already. So here's the thing. Look, if I just log out and log back in here as Kim, so it is in. If I go to claim tokens, it's here. But when I click the
Oh,
button,
okay.
nothing happens.
Yesterday was working, so I think it's
Oh,
down
was it
now.
working
Maybe.
yesterday? So this claim
Yes,
button was
I
working
already claimed
yesterday?
mine. Yep,
Okay, well
I
maybe it's
reclaimed
me.
mine.
Maybe I need to go into a different browser. I'll check. But no, it won't. Oh, I already have 40 energy earlier and still have 16 left to play. Oh wow, so it's clicked over. So that's incredible. Kim's in the chat and just mentioned that the energy's there.
Also, it's not done yet.
Yeah, look,
Oh,
see,
there.
so he's not done yet.
Uh,
I can't. I'm clicking this button frantically right now. It will not let me claim. Kim, the
Is it logged
moment,
into your Ronin? Can you check if your Ronin is active on that browser?
yeah,
That's Kim's. Oh, okay.
yeah,
Weird.
it's definitely active. I mean, I can click here and I can. I mean, it's
Yeah.
locked, but this one works. It's just this.
Weird. Okay.
It's strange. I have spoken to them already. I'll see what I can do. I'll try it in a different browser today. But yeah, I just as soon as I can do that, I'll make that work. But that is incredible. Wow. I mean, where do we go from here, Coach Cody? Where do we go?
Get more scholars into the top 1,000 next season.
Next season, I think is going to be interesting. We're going to have some fun next season. Nelvin,
Definitely.
thank you for the stars, by the way. And Francis, hashtag Coach Cody top 1. Thank you for the stars,
Hopefully,
Francis,
fingers crossed.
for Ivan P. And yeah, I agree. I think you can do it. I think you can do it, Coach Cody. I have faith and belief in you.
I hope so.
You can. So
It's under promise but over deliver. So
yeah, we're
for
we're
now,
we're,
top
we're
10.
we're not going to put any pressure. I mean, no one. It's fine. It's fine. It's not like anyone's watching you. It's not like we're publishing this live. It's fine. We can do it quietly.
Yeah, just between us.
I love it. I really do. I never saw this coming. This was not planned. We couldn't have. We couldn't have. I don't think we could have planned this. It's just naturally grown into this beautiful friendship, this incredible relationship, and this amazing advice, which hopefully is helping other people. And I've had a lot of people reach out to me. I now get daily messages asking me how much I pay you. I do. I get daily messages from other managers saying, how much are you paying your coach? Where do I find a coach? I think
Sorry, I'm already taken, guys.
I think that this is something that if you are a manager, I highly recommend that you find a coach, and probably a native coach. You know, most of our players are in the Philippines, and so it makes a big difference having a coach that can speak Tagalog.
Language, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, or Filipino, or you know whatever the dialect will be that you speak. Whilst we do talk English on the stream and on the channel, I know in Discord often, especially when I pop in there, I try and learn a few new words. But yeah, so is there anything else you want to cover today, Coach Cody? Do we want to go through
Oh
anything?
yeah, actually we prepared a slide, right? Can you pull that up?
I
Is it
can
up? Is
indeed.
that okay?
I don't have the slides at the moment. Do you have them to send?
It's in the Discord in our core channel, I think.
In our chat with me and you.
No, in our chat with Fitzy, me and you, in the core channel, the admin channel.
Okay, could you just pop a message into there for me quickly? Because I
Sure.
don't have
Let
that.
me.
I don't know where
Let
it is.
me.
Oh, there it is. I've got it.
I found it.
I
Okay,
see.
cool.
I see. Okay. No, I've only got session 3.
Oh, okay. Here, I'll send it. I'll DM it to you.
Yep, perfect. Thank you. Okay, I have that loading right now. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. All of this knowledge,
right.
all of this great content, and we haven't even started. It's my drum roll. Ladies and gentlemen, Coach Cody, session 4
For the intro.
is
All
live.
right. So for our session 4, since we have mostly talked about the technicals and the strategy and game mechanics to how to improve your gameplay, we'll now talk about the non-technicals that Axie players should remember. Here's an outline. First, luck is when skills meets opportunity. You cannot win all games. Pause when it gets too much. Ask for help and practice and improve. All right. Can we go to the first slide, please? All right. So luck is when skill meets opportunity. So what it means basically is yes, you can get lucky with the criticals, with the draws, but how do you limit opportunity for your opponent? Like for example, casting that extra Bidens for security if you think your opponent might kill you if he hits a critical, and also counting energy and making sure that you only use the um, like making sure that you know how much armor your opponent can put up, and even if you don't hit a critical, you could still kill the opponent. Those opportunity you can create so that if you don't get lucky, it's okay, and if you do get lucky, then you have a very high chance of winning. So yeah, luck is when skill meets opportunity. I hope that makes sense. The next is you cannot win all games. So if you lose, it's better to just move on and try harder on your next game. Um, of course, we want to win all games as much as possible, especially if we have energy. But we cannot stress ourselves if we, like, let's say, get a lose streak or have a bad run. So yeah, just understand that it's a game of chance as well, aside from skill. So if two opponents or two players meet up with the same level of skill, it's basically just who gets luckier or who has the better draws, who gets the critical, and who has played the cards correctly. So yep, that's the second one. And there you go. Talking about the last slide, if you cannot win, if you're getting a lose streak, it's better to pause. Like for example, just like in poker, it's called a bad run or tilting. So if you're tilting, it's easier to make incorrect decisions. So you want to pause, maybe stand up, work out, eat, or watch TV, or maybe watch another player in the Discord channel play and see how it goes. Maybe learn a few new things, and then when you have calmed down and you are not tilting anymore, you can sit again and play, and hopefully it gets better.
Is this actually is that Miracle? Has he just been banned by Fitzy? Is
I
that
think
is
so.
that is that is that a screenshot of Miracle getting banned by Fitzy, and and he's reacting?
Raging.
Oh no, this is good advice. Okay, I love it.
All right. The next is ask for help. Still related to the last slide. So again, if you are feeling unlucky or if you just can't make that right decision sometimes, you can always ask for help. It could be me, it could be any other player. There's always people active in the Discord. I have not seen like a dead time where no one's going to reply if you ask for help. Please do not be shy. We are a family here, and it would be well if I'm not, let's say, available, or if no one's available, we could schedule a time where you can where I can actually coach you on a private session. If you are feeling shy and you just want to talk to me, we could do that as well. But I suggest that we do it on a live stream so everybody else can benefit from what I'm going to teach you, because again, um we are family and we want to help as much people as we can at a time. So yeah,
I
what
agree,
would
and
Coach
I
Rudy do?
love that as well because I've seen the ripple effect of what you do when you teach somebody and then you go offline, and when you're not, obviously you don't see it when you're not online, you know about it, but when you're offline, I see the scholars going on and helping each other and people saying I need help, and even just for moral support when people are grinding, people just
Yeah,
showing up. Like
yeah.
I saw two chat channels going at the same time.
Actually, it was three. When I was coaching Kaido, I think we almost run out of channels to talk
We're
to.
going to need to create some more
Since
channels. Oh, we'll
yeah,
do that. By the way, we'll absolutely do that. We'll create some more
yeah, voice
channels.
channel.
Yeah, we'll just start numbering them, and we'll create some more channels. But I love that people
Amazing,
have their rooms that they can go into.
so cool. And then lastly, it's practice and improve. Like any sport and even fitness, you can't just like lift something and then you expect yourself to be fit and look good already. It has to be regular. You have to keep doing it. Practice repetitive. repetitiveness is what um, brings the results or good results. So make sure you keep practicing, keep going online, or um, going to the Discord and sharing your streams so people can maybe comment into your mistakes and also learn from your mistakes and also learn from your good habits as well. So yeah, keep practicing and improve yourself, guys. So next topic would be how to build your team. So I don't think this is for our scholars, or maybe when our scholars would like to, like they save enough and maybe they want to purchase their own team, then yeah, to build your team normally, you would pick a tank, a midline, and a backline. The tank's normal job is to hold the front line until your backline axis or your hitters can save energy and save cards onto themselves so they can kill. The mid lines are normally the assassins. That's why that's the icon. So they are normally the burst axes, very low health, but could definitely kill a target if they wanted to. Then the back line is like our go-to guy, our MVP, which can secure our win most of the time, which has a lot of win conditions. Like for example, the back line that we have for our coordinator has Biden's, which secures that he doesn't get poisoned and dies through poison, and also he has really good damaging cards that can secure a kill. Yep. So yeah, the top teams last season. This is the one that I was carrying, or I discussed late earlier, which is the poison grass snakes. So yep, although the tank is conventional, but still has the yam. But yeah, to counter this, by the way, guys, so I'm talking about the top teams and how to counter them. So to counter poison teams, normally you would need Biden's or blackmail. If you or you should already know Biden's, which removes debuffs, but blackmail is a bird skill card which transfers debuffs. So if let's say a poison lineup poisons see that you have that has blackmail, it would then transfer all the poison ticks to the opponent, which could reverse the situation very easily. So yep, that's how you normally counter um, poison lineups. The next is another top team is of course if the number one team was poison synergy, then a lot of players created a counter for it, which is the Biden's mid or back plants. So for the Biden's mid, they normally go with a backline bird with egg bomb so that they are still sure they could protect the midline plant with the Biden's in case he runs out of um, life. How do you call that? Life steal or life gain using zigzag. So yeah, and extra damage with all out and double top. And then the front plant is for more damage, which normally they use discard cards and also anti heals. Yep. The next top team, if you have been watching my stream in the past few days, this is one of the team that I'm having a lot of problem with, since my lineup doesn't deal with burst damage and only poison ticks, centered on poison ticks. This double anemone lineup with the bird on the back line could really counter my lineup as well, because if ever their AC gets low due to poison, they can just heal up with the anemone skill. So to counter this, if you can, you have to burst the anemone aquas, and or you could just deal damage first and then have a faster axi against the anemone and then deal that burst damage the next round. Also keep track on how or which cards the aquas have used already. Since they are aquas, they're not that tanky compared to plants and reptiles. They would only normally range around 400 health. So saving 4 cards with at least 100 damage each could secure a burst against these pesky healing anemone aquas. All right, next team.
I think this has been one that I've seen a lot of people complain about in the Discord.
Yeah.
It's been one of those teams that's been very hard to
What
fight
what's
against.
even more irritating about this one is normally when the aquas run out of heals, the bird will then use aroma to taunt, and yeah, basically allowing another turn for the aquas to draw more heals. So yeah, it could really be irritating.
So
They're
one thing
very
I just want
pesky
to
aquas.
mention on this as well is that you have to understand that there's two levels to play the game. You can be involved with the game, but if you're going to play at a top tier level, then you have to have a forward thinking thought process.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is that just because this impacted last season doesn't mean it's going to impact next. What
Hmm.
some people will do is counter this, and if you go into next season countering these lineups from last season, some people will preempt that and they will counter your counter.
Hmm.
So you
That
have
happens
to
a lot.
really understand that there's not one team that fixes everything. You can have an average team that's good, but to get that edge, you will probably need multiple teams. Just be aware of that.
Yep.
And what that
Actually, another. Oh, sorry. Go
no no
ahead.
go please.
What I was going to say was, since I'm the same player, I had one team before only. But when I had budget, I bought another team. I was maxing out at around 2.6 to 7 with my AAP, and since the season was about to end, and I really want to get into the leaderboards to represent you noobs, of course. I bought the poison, and yeah, I was able to shoot up to 3,000 and enter the top 1,000 board as well.
Yes.
So yeah, it's better to have multiple teams. Let's say AAP is not meta right now, or the meta beats AAP team right now. It's better to have a, let's say, a poison team and play with that, and until maybe the meta shifts again, we still have another backup team that we could use whenever that happens. So yeah.
Yes. And we will, when we launch our esports team, we will have multiple teams for the esports players. In fact, your 10 cards that give you your additional energy will not just be random. You will have 3 competitive teams to play with.
Wow.
So we will
Looking
make,
forward
like,
to
we
that.
will do this properly when we do the esports team. But yeah, and just to note on that as well, that if something is in meta now, next season it may well be out of meta, but that doesn't mean in 2 or 3 seasons it will not rotate back into
Yeah,
meta.
so
We
true.
we
Yep.
will see rotations based on the synergies, as we know right now, um, of the buffs. You remember that triangle that showed you the lineup with the percentage where you can get the gain, like the buffs and the debuffs. So, for
Yep.
example, an aqua against a plant, a beast against an aqua,
Hmm.
that will rotate as
Yep.
well as other meta. So, yeah, if you have a team that's struggling at the moment, then just bear with it, because the chances are, if you're struggling now, it'll be easier later. Unless you've got a
That's
chop and then you're just screwed.
yeah. Okay. And then another top team is the Cute Bunnies and the Bug Signals. So these are actually one of the most expensive teams, since they are they're very synergy focused, and they could really mess up your game. Bug Signals, basically, if used, it could even steal up as much as 6 energy at a turn. So yeah, so how it works is, let's say the tank has a bug signal, and the back line has bug signal, and the mid has bug signal, and they all cast that. They could steal any energy you have left. So to play against this, I have shown this in the Discord as well. You just have to keep using your most high value cards, and it's better to use and run out of energy than pass and your enemy gets the energy and use it against you. So I hope that makes sense. And also, to counter Cute Bunnies, it's to use your faster Axie first, or use 4 cards at a time so that the last 2 would still hit. Fortunately for tanks, they have Pumpkin, or like our Backline Axie has Biden, so they could use those zero cast to offset the fear and still deal a decent amount of damage. So yep. And the hybrids, I don't have one shown, but it's basically just like the coordinator. It's AAPs carrying beast or bug skills, or even plant skills for the extra tank. Also, some beast carry was skills so that they could be faster than most reptiles and dusk. And since we know that beasts are the tank killers, and yeah, if it's faster than most reptiles or their opponent reptiles, then it could easily secure a kill against those tanky axes. So yep, those are the top teams and how you counter them from the previous season. Again, we are expecting an update every after season. It happened in season 17 and it happened in season 16. They are frequently checking on the most used cards and also the cards that aren't used that much, and they're tweaking it so that people would be more interested into crafting this kind of course, Sky Mavis wants people to craft new axes, and to do that they have to make some skills that aren't used that much. Like I'm looking at Strawberry Shortcake, which is a 2 energy cost, the only 2 energy cost card I know, which only heals you for, well, it heals you for a lot, but spending 2 energy for 240 health, which could easily still be bursted if, or maybe just he's ignoring you for 1 turn and let you waste 2 energy. Again, that's one of the cards that really needs some tweaking. And then also numbing Licretion, which turns off or disables all melee. I think that should be nerfed as well. So yeah, we'll see how it goes and what Sky Mavis thinks would be best to improve the current meta.
Coach
We
Cody.
don't want everyone to keep running the same lineup.
Of
Definitely.
course, of course.
Yeah.
It's the same in every game, even with like things like Warzone. The Growl as a gun in Warzone was so OP that every time you killed someone, they would always drop the same gun because it was just
Yep.
always that gun that
The
you got
Growl,
killed
yeah.
with. And
Yeah.
so, like, what they had to do in Warzone is they had to sort of nerf that and bring other guns up. And the same, and that's just an example in a different game, but it'll have to do the same thing here. When a character gets overplayed, and they can see, like they know. And what's good about this as well is that we can even see as well, like this Axie Zone, so underrated, but such an incredible website. Like you
Very
can
nice,
come onto
yeah.
here right now, Acti.zone. You can go to the PvP statistics, and you can see right now from season 18 what happened. And what I find fascinating is I can change this. So if we look at season 17, you can kind of see
Beast. Yeah.
what the
beast.
win rates were. And
Mhm.
then if we go across to season 18, look at the change.
The Dusks are winning
So,
it.
so look, everything was pretty average before because it was just everything was just a bit of a mismatch. But now what we've seen is this massive sort of season 18 push for Dusk.
And reptiles also.
And Reptile also, yeah. So we're seeing that. So what are we going to see in season 19? Well, firstly,
Maybe
it
Dawn's
depends.
gonna get a buff.
We've got we've got version 2 battles coming out, which we know is going to see new mechanics, new cards. So we know there's going to be a change to the game. We're also going to see people trying to counter Dusks. We're going to see people trying to counter the counter of Dusks. We're going to see people that can't do anything and are going to stick with Dusk.
Mhm.
There's going to be a lot more in season 19. Like every season this grows, it's going to change. And so there'll be balances as well to counter this.
Yep.
But this is really good to be able to see and also to have a look here. What?
Even the body parts that gets used
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah, look in the top 100 players. What is the most used
Bunny.
body card in the top 100? It's Cute Bunny.
Yep.
25%. You get to see these cards that get played so much. You can start to see what works and what doesn't.
Biden there.
Yeah. Yeah, Biden's is up there, look. Hotbutt, Sirius, Nemo, Cactus. We know we had the Aqua Plant. I wouldn't be surprised if Koi isn't on there as well at some point. I mean, it is, but it's only 4%, but it's still on there. You get the idea of what gets played a lot. Very interesting to see this. So yeah, some really good information there for you to be able to use, to be able to learn. And if you don't want to learn this or you don't understand this, then that's okay. Because Coach Cody knows all of this. He's dedicated
Trying
his
to learn
time to
everything.
understanding this. And not only that, but he's now assembling this information for you into a very user-friendly way for you to digest. So, hashtag Coach Cody in the comments, please, ladies and gentlemen. Coach Cody, again with the knowledge bombs. And we were worried at one point we were going to run out of content to talk about. I don't think that's the case.
Right now, mechanically for the game, I think we have discussed most of it.
Yep.
Unless they really put up like nerfs, I would like to discuss any updates. I might even request to be on the stream just to discuss those, so everybody could know about it. And
Absolutely.
yeah, but right now the mechanics are still the same and the cards are still the same. So I'm waiting for the updates. But as soon as it comes up, I'll definitely inform the community.
So, if you want to get the information as it launches, Discord is the place to go. I mean, Coach Cody, are you still okay to carry on these Wednesday sessions? Do you want to? Will you be willing to? Or do you want to continue in Discord only?
For now, just Discord. When there's like something that really needs to be discussed, I will just inform you, and maybe we could schedule it for the next live stream that you'll be doing.
Yeah,
It won't
absolutely.
be
So
like a
it can be
regular
any day
Coach
where we're
Cody
on
Wednesday.
stream. Yeah, so if we're doing a stream, it can be on any day, but it will be, you know, we'll schedule that in and we'll do like maybe a little segment of a show.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is the last official Coach Cody session on the live stream on social media. If you want to catch any of the replays of the previous 4 Coach Cody sessions and the gameplay in the middle, it's all available on the YouTube channel. So on youtube.com/undisputed noob, there is a playlist called Wednesday Wisdom with Coach Cody, and you can actually watch back all of the sessions there. It will stay on there. We've uploaded it. It's yours. Hopefully this will be very informative and helpful for you to be able to get that competitive advantage and think about things in a different way.
But definitely this won't be the last.
No.
It's just, again, we're just waiting for any updates, and then we'll again talk about it.
Yeah,
as soon
absolutely.
As we can.
Absolutely. We want to make sure that the information we give you is relevant and impactful.
Yep.
There's no point just creating content for the sake of content. We want it to have an impact so that you can use it. So
True.
And also our time, you know, as we're getting more scholars. I mean, we onboarded 15 scholars yesterday.
Wow.
It's just
That's a third already of what we previously had.
yeah, and that is going to keep growing. You know, the more it's a compounding effect. The more people see this movement, the more people see what we're doing, the more people are going to come on board. I mean, it's so fascinating as well that a lot of the sponsors from yesterday were re-sponsors. They were sponsors who already have a scholar and said, wow, I didn't realize how incredible this was. Let me sponsor another one.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this is
Especially
incredible.
because of the bargain, right, Steve?
Say again?
Everything went down. Oh, especially because of the bargain.
Well, this is the other thing, is that the market crashed, and whilst everyone was freaking out, the people that really understand the market crashing, this is what I talked about, remember, at the start of the show, when we were talking about the markets going down. When the market went down, some people were like, oh my God, my portfolio's down. My personal portfolio was down this week, and is down right now, down over $20,000. Now, I don't look at that and go, oh, I've just lost $20,000, because you only lose it if you cash out. I looked at that, and the first thing I saw, when I saw that minus 20,000, I was like, yes, what am I buying today? It's a different mindset. It's a different mindset. And that's what happened. A lot of the sponsors have that same mindset. And they were like, oh my God, I paid £1,400 to sponsor a scholar, and now I can sponsor a scholar for $700. That's half the price of what I paid for the last scholar. Let me do 2 more. So now they have 3, because they know that the price will go back up again. And the thing is, even if they sponsored a scholar at £1,400 or $2,000, they're still going to be profitable from that. They're still going to break even, and they may get
We're
5,
guaranteeing
10,
that,
yeah,
right?
exactly right. They may get 5, 10, 20% ROI. But now, what we worked out, and this blew my mind, we worked this out yesterday, the people that come on board yesterday are potentially looking. Now, obviously, this depends. I can't say anything with certainty, but based on the data we have, if the scholars perform at the same way that the scholars have been performing, then the sponsors that are coming on board are looking at between 200 to 300% ROI in a year.
Wow.
300% ROI. The scholar gets the team, the sponsor gets their ROI. It's a win-win situation.
They get to help out and make money.
And
Amazing.
regardless, yeah, exactly. Even if the sponsor doesn't make profit or doesn't make much profit, they break even and they've changed a life. They've changed
That's
a life.
beating any
Like,
charity.
how many charities do you know where you give to charity and then the charity says, hey, in a year's time, I'm going to give you your money back? But you've still made the difference, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've sponsored pandas in the Pacific or whatever, you know, dolphins in the desert, whatever the charity happened to be with a guy with a clipboard in the high street, whatever that was.
Mm-hmm.
I've done that before, and I've never seen, apart from a postcard of you know, I don't know, like Andrew the armadillo that I sponsored, whatever it would have been at the time. Apart from seeing like a poster and a picture of that, that's all I saw. And I was like, okay, I did a good thing, you know. My karma feels filled up for the day, but that's it. This is like, you get to see it. You come into the Discord as a sponsor and you see the difference. You know, to see the people that are buying what they're buying and what they're doing, and it blows my mind. Every day I'm so humbled by this community. By this, you know, there's no other word. By the family. You know, this is a family.
Definitely.
It blows my mind. Absolutely can't believe what we're creating here. I'm blessed. Absolutely blessed to be able to do this.
And we are blessed to have you also, Steve. Thank you so much for creating this.
Mate, I couldn't do it without you. Coach Cody, you have been instrumental so far. And moving forward, we're just getting started. I am excited to have all of the admin out of the way so we can focus on esports. I really, really want to get Kim the jersey. And not only that, but the moderators, yourself, the team, the scholars. You know, we're going to start doing some, and then also on the stream. So one of the things, and I posted this yesterday, I'm just going to share this while I've got my screen on. This was a joke, but it was still, I thought it was quite funny. My sense of humor, you know, not everyone gets my sense of humor, but, you know, I found it quite funny. So I posted on Twitter, I don't know where I posted it actually. I posted on Twitter yesterday. Have you seen merch drop coming soon?
I like that merch.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not saying this is going to... Do you know what? This will happen. I will do this for fun. I'm not saying I'm going to wear it on stream. You're not going to... Well, maybe. Who knows? We'll see. But we are going to do a merch drop. It will not be underwear. Maybe it will. I don't know. But we will be doing a merch drop. So what does that mean? It means that if we're going to have a... let's say we're going to have a stream like this, the people that show up on a stream, the people that will start doing it where people donate stars, where people show up, they'll start to win t-shirts. You know, we'll start to do giveaways for the people that are most active so you can be involved. And also people will be able to buy the merch, and guess what? Profits from the merch will go into scholarships. So we're going to do this as another mechanism to be able to kind of reinvest and build this community further and faster. So, yeah, this is going to be fun. This will be fun. Yes, I'm sure the core team will all get their undisputed noob underwear. I'm looking forward to it, to be honest.
7.
I think it'll be...
I'm going to wear it daily.
Yep. Yes, we'll have to get you several pairs. I don't recommend buying just one pair. Not of the underwear. Not if you're going to wear it daily. But no, it should be fun. We're going to do a lot of stuff. So, guys, remember, we're not even 2 months old yet. We're not even 2 months old. We've done 2 paydays. That's it. We've done 2 paydays. And we do paydays every 2 weeks. So we've only had not even a third payday yet, which means that would be 6 weeks. We're within our first 2 months. This is incredible. This is incredible. Coach Cody, do you have any final words of wisdom to end this incredible series on?
Well, I would just like again to please, for our viewers who are not yet in the Discord, come join us. Come join the family. We are here to help you guys improve your gameplay. Again, by the way, speaking of family, I have a lot of family saying to give them a shout out. Vince, Cindy, my wife Joy, they're all always watching us. So shout out to
Yeah,
the
let's
fam,
do it.
the
Let's
real
do
fam.
it. To Coach Cody's family. In fact, who supports you? You support us. Who supports you, Coach Cody? Who can we shout out?
My wife definitely is my number one supporter.
I love that. You still there? Can you hear me?
Oh yeah. I'm still here.
Oh, I
Yep.
thought I lost you for a
So, yep.
second. Sorry. So, okay. Is there anything we can do for you?
Am I allowed to talk about that here? Well, I think you have done everything that you can do for me already, Steve. I have nothing I could ask for from you guys right now. Thank you so much, Steve.
Okay. I mean, I think you've already mentioned Discord, and I think that's good. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're on the stream and you want to support Coach Cody and show up and be part of this community, then come into the Discord. Come into the Discord, and we already have the channels. I believe they've been updated. I'm just going to have a check now. So here we go. Look at this. Look at the audio channels now. Scholar
Nice.
live stream. We've got the one coaching session, which is still there. And we have Scholar live stream. Look. 1, 2, 3.
Wow,
1, 2,
that's a
3.
lot. Nice. Cool.
There we go. So they've already been set up. So you've now got these options.
We're not gonna run out that easily now
That's
of
it.
channels we could share our info.
That's
Shout
it.
out also to my friend, fellow manager Kulai.
Nice.
We've been friends since college. He's watching also.
Well, this
Since
is
high school, I'm sorry. Not college.
no. This is good. This is one of the things that I think moving forward I would love to start doing. So, I have on the website, and some people have seen this. If you go to axischolar.co.uk, I've started. I'm still struggling with time at the moment to do so much. So, one of the things on the list is to edit the website, and I've started now by putting this menu system up here, so it's easier to apply for scholarship, become a sponsor, and join the Discord. It's all here as we start to build out the website more now. But one of the things to note is that I've started to build things out. So one of them is the /guilds. Now, whilst this isn't technically live yet, it will be. And the idea of this is that we will have a global guild directory where you will be able to see where all of the guilds are located. And then you'll be able to see some information about that guild. I need to finish building this, but you'll get the idea. So we're going to have that. I'm thinking that it might also be a good idea for us to have a directory on here. And we can have a directory for managers. And also, well, this effectively is for managers, but also to have one for coaches. So for people that are potential coaches that want to make themselves known, then maybe we'll be able to create this opportunity to connect potential future coaches with managers and even scholars. So there's a lot of things that we're starting to build out behind the scenes here. But remember that we have to focus on people before profits, and we have to focus on building sustainably. We can't just throw everything out there. We have to do it in a way that we know it works and it's best for the community. So give us a little bit more time and we'll be there. But yeah, Discord is definitely the place to be. It's the best place to find Coach Cody. Coach Cody, thank you so much.
Well, thank you also.
I'm a little bit sad that this is coming to an end, but also I'm excited for the future.
Yeah, definitely.
I think we're going to get some more VIP Super Scholars.
Always get me in the Discord channel.
Well, this is it. Always be on Discord. And yeah, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So again, thank you so much for your help. If you are a scholar, you can go over to the Wednesday Wisdom. You can click on the link and you can get all of the previous slides for all of the previous sessions. There is also the Coach Cody channel where you can talk and see all of the information that's in there. We've got beginner's guides. We've got tips and tricks. Everything is in the coaching session. So you'll be able to go through and see all of that information as well. Ladies and gentlemen, one last time, please. Hashtag Coach Cody. Can we have some massive appreciation, some likes, some hearts, and just show your love, please. On behalf of the community, myself, the team,
Thank you, guys.
I just want to say thank you, Coach.
All right. You're welcome, guys.
I
Thank you again
appreciate
for
you.
having me.
I'll
Bye-bye.
speak to you soon. Take care.
You too. Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that's been good. I hope you've enjoyed today. I really want to stress the importance of these sessions because I have a friend, very, very good friend, who recently got into Axie Infinity. He was looking at it before, but he didn't get involved because he was busy with life. But he's also a gamer and he's a bit of a competitive gamer and likes to play. So he said to me, I want to get into Axie. What should I do? And I was like, hey, here's a team that you should buy. So I said, you've got two options. I said, you can either allow us to manage you or you can do your own thing. And he said, I'm going to do my own thing. And I said, okay, cool. This is what I'd recommend you buy. Now, he went and did his own thing and come back to me several times over the course of like a week or two. And it was pretty much over a week and was like, this game's terrible. This game's bad. I love this game. I hate this game. I can't win. I can't do this. I'm struggling. How do I do this? How do I do that? And it made me realize that I'm not the best person to give advice. I don't know how to play this game beyond the basics. But seeing the difference in people that get into this game, who figure it out for themselves, versus the people that show up and listen and learn from Coach Cody, it makes so much difference. It is night and day. I mean, the numbers do not lie. We can see the data. I highly recommend going back and watching over these sessions, showing up in the Discord. Even if you're not yet a scholar, still show up. Because when you get a scholarship, whether it's through us or through somebody else, it will help your gameplay. And if it helps your gameplay, then it's going to help you earn more money, which is eventually going to give you a better quality of life, which is what we want here, right? As a scholar, you want a better quality of life. We want to help people. We want people before profits because that, to us, is the bigger picture. But you definitely need to be able to earn money as well. And that's important. So the better you do, the more you can earn, the more you can help, the better you'll feel. So hashtag people before profits, hashtag Coach Cody, hashtag I'm out of here. Have an amazing day, ladies and gentlemen. I will be with you on Friday. Friday, we're going to have a catch-up. We're going to have a look at the markets. And then we're going to be looking at, remember what I said to you before, we're going to be looking at a different game. So on Friday, we're going to be talking about Gods Unchained. We're going to hopefully, we're going to be seeing if we can bring Sir Fitzy into the stream. We'll have a chat because he probably knows more about this game than me. So if you have been playing Gods Unchained, and if you want to come into the stream and talk about it, then maybe Aaron, maybe this will be a good opportunity if you're up for this. We're going to be talking about it because if you do not have your Axie team and you are waiting, then Gods Unchained is a good opportunity for you to get free exposure into the NFT marketplace because you do not have to pay. It is a free-to-play game, but you own and earn NFTs. And so it is a good use of time to be able to start building up. In fact, Aaron, you just said you've made a presentation we can use. Ladies and gentlemen, Friday, Aaron will be joining us, I hope, on stream, presenting Gods Unchained. I'm telling you now, Aaron knows more about this game than I do. Okay, I am not very good at this game. Maybe we'll have a game and we'll play, and we will have a battle. Me and Sir Fitzy will have a battle. We will have a one-on-one, and for the bragging rights on Discord, over the weekend, whoever wins that game will have control over the other person for the weekend. They will have to do whatever the other person says for the weekend. That's what we're going to do. As long as Sir Fitzy agrees, obviously. We'll have a game, and for fun, just for fun, for banter, as a forfeit to the loser, they will have to do what the other person says over the weekend. This is going to be painful. It is going to hurt. I feel like I've already lost, but because of my positive attitude, I'm gonna practice. I'm gonna do some practice. I might speak to Coach Cody, see if I can get some advice on what to do and how to play. And who knows? Maybe I'll get some beginner's noob luck. But we'll have some fun with this. We'll have some fun. We'll see. It'll be fun. It'll be exciting. But we'll make some good content. Ladies and gentlemen, for me, for the team, for everybody involved, Coach Cody, thank you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being part of the community, for your likes, your shares, your comments. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you're a scholar, congratulations. If you've just been onboarded, welcome. And if you're waiting for a team, just be patient, my friends. It will come. It will come. People before profits. I'll speak to you soon.